here with my page kits for the Build a Page series for the month of May. I have 5 kits that I'm putting together here, and I'm starting with my How to Kill a Kit with Style kit kind of as like the basis for what I'm reaching for to put all my other page kits together. So in this kit, I have all kind of grungy stuff. That's the theme for the month of May, is grunge. So the first thing I'm kind of pulling through here, which really isn't all that grungy, these are I think they call them the paper stacks from Coco Vanilla's No Limits collection. So not an official paper pad. They're not actually like bound together. It's just the individual papers, and they're a 6x8 size. So I figured I might as well go ahead and pull a bunch of these out and kind of make them the base of a couple of pages and get some of these patterns. So kind of 2 pages that I'm working on simultaneously here. I also had that birthday picture. That's actually a picture that I used in a layout a couple days ago, and then realized that I needed to switch the picture out. And so I just pulled this picture off of the layout and added a different one, but there was still adhesive on the back of this one. And so I definitely knew that I wanted to make sure this made it into one of the page kits. So for this layout, I knew that the layout had to be 8.5 by 11. So I just pulled out some of the 6x8 papers, put that picture into the little page protector, and then also my little sticky note that said 8.5 by 11 so that I could remember that. And then with these other papers, I kind of went more for like the dark side of that particular collection. And I realized that dark green and that dark navy blue actually work really well with this background paper from the later, is it called Later Skater? Yeah. The Later Skater collection from Close to My Heart. So I paired those together. I thought maybe putting in that lighter paper with the stars on it just kind of gave me something a little bit light to work with as well. And then I just pulled the first picture that was on top of the iris container. I've been pulling pictures with all of my How to Kill a Kit with Style kits, so I figured it's just as easy to go ahead and pull those out and use those as the pictures for these page kits too. So that first one was a photo of the baby, and he kind of had like that mint or teal color and some navy blue on his little like bib that he was wearing. So it all kind of worked out really well. And then I had that page kit, which was using florals, because I kind of carried over some of the florals from April. I didn't really use a lot of those. That was April's theme. I didn't get as much done as I thought I would, so I thought I would just leave a few pieces of the floral papers that I had put in. And so I wanted to at least have one page kit for this series be a floral kit. So that was the last one. There was Prima with that beautiful dark blue. I think that collection is called Georgia Blue. And then the yellow paper is a crepe paper piece of paper. And so I wanted to pair those. In my head, I kind of knew that was what it was going to be anyways. So those 4 pieces, I guess, of paper were all in this kit together. So I just pulled them all out, found a picture that matched with them, and popped those into a page protector. Now I'm going to do this layout. I've got background paper from Authentique. I've got that black and white gingham paper that I've been trying to use for a while now. And then I've got some crepe paper. I've got a little Coco Vanilla piece of paper there. That's the one with the stars. The crepe paper is that cut apart sheet. And then here you can see I'm pulling out just a couple little bits and pieces. So I'm going to cut a couple of squares from this sheet that was also in that Coco Vanilla paper stack. I just want the kind of the darker teal color. And then also there's like a gray card and a sort of a bluish, it's like a denim blue, I'm going to say. And those are the colors I think I want to pull out from the rest of those papers. So I'll pop all 3 of those things into there. So lots of different options in this particular layout, plus that ink road stamp from Sarah Scraps. So that's all going to go in and be my fourth, I think 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, my fourth page. I haven't put any embellishments into any of these yet. I just kind of pulled out all the papers and they all have a photo. And then I know that this week, Christmas in May is going to fall into my page kit week. So I thought I'd go ahead and grab one of these pages out of my 2022 December daily. So now I'm working on days 3, 4, 5, and 6. This page protector has all 4 of those days in it. So I figured I might as well go ahead and just pull all of those out and get them done. They're smaller layouts and they're not super complex. So I figured I definitely can get 4 days done in one video. But I just want to make a few notes for myself to kind of remind myself that it is 4 separate days. And so 2 of those days have to be something kind of outside of the page protector. And then 2 of the days will be on that background paper that I have slipped in there. So that's what my little note just says there. And then I think I'm just looking for an envelope or something that I can kind of tuck some of these embellishments into, because I have gone through and put all the pictures into the page protectors and labeled all of the days so that I know what the theme for each day was, just in case some of the pictures get jumbled up or anything like that. And I've made sure that any of the days that are not going to be in a page protector, that those are specifically kind of labeled just to keep track for myself. And then I've even gone through and added embellishments and that type of thing to a lot of the pages. Not every single one of them, but a lot of them. And so I just wanted to keep all the embellishments kind of separate. And that's just going to help me be able to get these pages done really quick and, just, make sure that everything's organized. So that's what I'm doing here, but I just wanted that fabric bag to be able to put all of the embellishments from one of the days into. And then I'm going to use a sticky note here just to, again, make a little note for myself that this is just an extra little card, or however I'm going to do it, that will be on the outside of the page protector. And that is day 5. So now that I've got all of the papers together, I kind of know what pictures are in each of my pages. Now I can go back through and start pulling out a little bit more embellishments and kind of adding some of the fun goodies into the page. I don't normally do it this way, but I feel like the more that I've been participating in this series, the more I am gravitating towards kind of doing it like this, where I will get the papers out, give myself a little bit of an opportunity to kind of think about the design, maybe not the design specifically as in where is each piece going to go on the page, but more just like the color scheme and if I'm going to use mixed media or stamps or that type of thing, if I'm going to use large patterns or just a couple of patterns, or if it's going to be scraps, whatever it might be. So I pull out all of the papers. If I have photos from my How to Kill a Kit with Style kit already picked out, then those kind of will go into these page kits. If I don't have a lot of those already picked out, then I actually leave the photos to the end most of the time, because I think the photos, I don't know, sometimes you create the page around the photo, and sometimes you pick the photo that works with the page you've created. So I tend to like to go through all of this stuff and kind of get the papers down and the details down, and then look for the pictures that work. Occasionally it's the opposite. I've definitely shown that as well, where I knew there was a picture that I had to use or wanted to use and then built a kit around it. But it's kind of fun to do it this way too. And you actually, at least for me, I feel like I go through my stash a lot more because I'm looking for papers and embellishments and things that are all going to match and work together, and not just necessarily trying to fit it to a specific picture or a specific story that I have in mind. So the Christmas one didn't really need a lot of work. The other kit you saw me there, just, looking through some of the bits of ephemera. I have the Legendary collection and the Boys Rule collection. Those are all from Cocoa Vanilla. And so I'm just kind of looking for embellishments that have roughly the same color pattern. So for this one, it's that navy and the green again. And I thought orange might be a fun kind of highlight color. And so I pulled out all the orange stars from those ephemera packs that I was going through, and I've tucked those into the bag. And some of them are more kind of reddish, some of them are a little bit more yellow, but they're all kind of in that general orange color. And so I've tucked those in, which meant that I could cut up a couple of those pieces of that cut apart sheet that maybe had a little bit of color in it too, that wasn't just red and green. So there was that one that has the earth. And so it's navy blue in the background, and then obviously green and blue in the earth, and just little pops of like a lighter, almost yellow or orange. So I thought that would work really good. Yeah, this is kind of the fun part for me, is just going through all of my embellishments and seeing what might work and what I can kind of tuck in to create my little clusters and stuff like that. So I'm going through the cards, and I've added a couple of those little, I don't know what they're called. They're like little bubble gems or something along those lines from Close to My Heart, because those are blue and green. So the one sticker sheet, I guess you could say, had all the same size, and then the other one had large, medium, and small. So I took the one that had all the same size in it and tucked that into that page kit. And then I don't know what has happened, but my video is completely corrupted. It plays fine in my camera. It will not play on my laptop. And so you missed a whole page that I embellished. You kind of just saw a glimpse of it when it flipped from the last page to that second page, but I don't have the footage to show you the embellishments that I've put in it. I apologize for that, but I will definitely take extra time when I pull that page out and kind of go through and show you everything. So here you kind of just saw me showing some of the stickers that I added into it, and then now I am back to adding extra little embellishments to all the other pages. But essentially what you missed is the one page that was going to be the 8.5 by 11 page. I didn't add a ton of extra ephemera to it, but I did add a little bit, and you kind of missed that. So I'm sorry about that. Yes, but I will make sure that you see all of those details when I actually pull it out and put the page together. So now I'm essentially just fiddling around again. I have this chipboard, so I went through all the ephemera and all the die cuts. Then I pulled out this chipboard sheet. This one is No Limits, and now I'm just trying to decide if I should add a little bit of chipboard to each of them and which one. A lot of the pages are going to be decorated with stars because that's what's in these collections. So I was just trying to spread out some of the colors and, the different shapes and sizes of the stars through all of the pages, so that they all get a little bit of chipboard and just something that's a bit of a different dimension. Oh, and the word epic, you're going to see that actually end up in these 8.5 by 11 page kit. So that will end up there for sure. And then this is kind of that final page, which is totally different. It's the floral page. And so I've got those papers from the Georgia Blues collection. And I knew that I had some of the chipboard pieces that also belong to that collection. So I'm just going through this little container, which mostly has sampler pack ephemera, all the ephemera that comes in the different sampler packs, but a few other things have been kind of thrown in there over the last few months when I have just maybe like one piece of ephemera that I haven't used, or, you know, that kind of thing, I'll just throw it in here. And so I remembered that I had some of these tickets that also went with that collection, and pulled all of those out. I'm not sure if I'll use them all, but they're there. And they match, so I thought that was good to pull those all out. And then I thought I might as well see if I can grab anything that's kind of yellowy as well, because obviously those are the two colors that are in this kit. I've got yellows and then the blues. So I do find a couple of little things, not a ton to be honest, but a few things. And then I'll go into a different container because I definitely knew that I had more of the chipboard. But I just love this container. It's super random. I take this container with me if I'm teaching a class because it is a lot of ephemera that I really love. But if it was something that I absolutely adored and knew that I definitely wanted to use, I do pull that out and put it somewhere else. But all the other kind of fun little bits that are left over, or they came in sampler packs, or, you know, in all those other random places that we seem to find embellishments from, I throw them into that container. I take it with me when I teach classes, and if people are putting a layout together and they're just looking for something that they didn't bring with them, or it's not kind of in their stash, I let them go through that container, and people always find things that are going to work on their layout. So I kind of love being able to share that, but it's always fun to poke through it and see what I've thrown in there over the years. So this container is what had the extra chipboard. So there's a lot there. I don't honestly think I'll probably use all of it on the layout, but I figured if I was pulling a few of the pieces out, I might as well pull them all out and put them into the kit. And I also pulled out this puffy stickers sheet because I realized that there is a yellow heart and a blue heart, and then there's a yellow bird. So I figured I might as well go ahead and put those into the kit and see if I get them used up. It kind of works with the picture. Like, the picture is just a Mother's Day photo shoot that Kaylin and I did several years ago. So it's kind of got that theme. Birds are going to work. We're outside. So I threw that in as well. And those are all the fun little goodies for page number 5. So yeah, that's kind of it. I feel really bad that I cannot make that footage work. I don't really know what I've done, but if I can somehow recover it, I will post it. But here you can see kind of a general flip through of all of my pages, and that is it. So I will be back again tomorrow with layout number 1. And until then, happy scrapping. Bye.